everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome the newcomers. I hope you like what you see, and if so, be part of this journey by hitting that subscription button. It's free, and hit the bell notification to be notified of the new uploads. I would just like to mention that if the video is a little bit too fast for you, up top there's 3 little buttons. You can click there, slow down the video to the speed you'd like. Also, right next to it, there's the CC letters for closed caption. You can turn that on, and you can read all the stitch that I'm calling down here. By pausing the video, take notes, will make it easier for you. Now, normally when I upload the videos, it takes about an hour for YouTube to search all my words that I'm saying, so it can appear on the closed captions. So don't panic if you don't see right away the closed captions, because the video has just been launched. It will show up in about a half an hour to an hour after the upload. I also would like to mention that if you have extra yarn, extra thread, and you'd like to help the women in need, we highly appreciate it and being very, very grateful for it. Thank you for the ones that already have helped and are still helping. If you'd like to donate, right below the video, there's a little bag of $. You can donate whatever amount you'd like. Nobody's asking for millions. Anything helps. It adds up at the end. You can also go into the description box. My PayPal account is there. You can donate through there if you'd like also. Please always give a thumbs up on the video if you like the video. It does help the video to circulate and also to be recognized worldwide. I gratefully appreciate it. Thank you so much. That's one way to help me out and to help to continue to create these beautiful pieces. Also share on your Facebook public. It costs nothing. Everything is free. There's no charge of anything. So please help out to grow the channel. I do have a Facebook group, private group. If you have a profile, you're more than welcome to request to be a member. It's free, of course, and we'll approve you. You must have a profile. Be careful with the links that you go into the groups that says cut and bit. These are fraud scammers that go through your phones, your computers, and take every information of yours. Do not open up those links. There's a lot of hackers in the groups now. That's why I made sure that my group is private. I want to thank every single one of you from the start being with me, and thank you so much for the newcomers. It costs nothing to subscribe, so please do so. Thank you so much, everybody. Everything will be listed always in the description box for every pattern that I create, the sizes, the thread that I use, which is Portugal thread. They're 100% cotton thread, 4-ply, which is similar to Aunt Lydia. Number 3, which number 3 Aunt Lydia is just a little bit thicker than my thread, not by much, but a little bit. I usually use a hook 3 or 3.5, a small one for tucking in loose ends, and a pair of scissors, of course. So thank you, everybody. Any other questions, suggestions, please feel free to comment. You can always get a hold of me if your intentions are to give some thread or yarn away. There's my email below the description box. There's my Facebook page that you can follow also, my Facebook group, my Instagram, my TikTok. So there's so many ways you can message me. Thank you so much, everybody. I hug every single one of you, and much blessings to all of you. Okay, let's get started. Okay, everyone, so today we're going to be working on a flower, perfect for any pattern that you want to create with. I am planning to work on a project. Hopefully it will work out. My voice is a little bit grumpy because I have terrible chronic sinus, and this is the change of climate now going into the winter. So it's I'm pretty stuffed up. So I apologize if my voice is not clear enough. We'll take it from there, right? So I'm going to use the royal blue and off-white. So it's almost like a beige color. And we're going to create these flowers, but I'm going to alternate, okay, for my pattern. And I will be needing 14 of them for my pattern. This was a pattern that one of my monitors in my group have created out of an old book that she has, and I'm modifying to my own style. Hopefully I can get it because it's a bit touchy and complicated to look into the picture and try to figure out the stitches. But I'm going to turn it into my own. I hope you guys are going to like it. And so stay tuned for that. So we're going to get started. We'll need some beads if you want to put whatever color beads you want matching your flowers. Because this is gold, I know that the camera is terrible for coloring, but I'm going to be using also for my pattern the off-white, okay, beige if you want to call it. So like I said, we'll need 14 of these. It's going to take 7 on each side of the pattern. It will be, it's not an oval, it's not square either. It will end up in a point, more or less. So I'll be using a 2.75 scissors and a small one to tuck in loose ends. This is 4-ply, similar to Aunt Lydia number 3, a little bit thinner. But this project would have been perfect on number 10. This is going to be huge because I'm using a 4, so it would be perfect for 8 to 12 seater dining room set. But it would definitely be perfect for a 4 or 6 seater with number 10 Aunt Lydia. So we're going to get started. These are 100% cotton thread. These are Portugal threads. If you do want to make it huge, then I suggest use Aunt Lydia number 3. If not, then go with number 10. Aunt Lydia is perfect for that. Okay. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up on the video. Also share. It's very important. Make your comments. It helps the video. Sharing is caring. Please consider also donating to the women in need. And thank you so much for the super chat donation that you have given for myself. I'm so grateful to every single one of you. And please share on your Facebook public, with your friends, family, on your WhatsApp, on your Instagram, whatever the case may be. And if you're creating my pieces, please tag me along so other people can recognize the channel. That's a way of helping me out to grow even bigger. And it keeps me going. Okay? Thank you so much, everyone. Big hugs to all of you. First thing you want to do is that magic circle. So I'm just wrapping around my finger. If not, you can do chain 6. Okay, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to pull the thread inside of this magic circle and do chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just going to pull in a bit here. I'm going to come in and do another double crochet. We're going to have groups of 2 incomplete double crochet together. Chain 2 for space. Come in again the circle, incomplete double crochet, and again, and take it all at once. Chain 2, again, come in the circle, incomplete double crochet, and again, and close it at once. We're going to have 8 groups like this. And then after you do your 2 chain, we're going to close it in where we closed off the first one with a slip stitch. I'll meet you at the end. I've done my 8 groups. I'm just going to pull on the string, but I'm not going to over pull it. Okay, we want it to leave a little bit of a circle. We don't want it to tighten too much. Okay, just like that. Now, if you find that your stitch is too large, then do a 5 chain. If you're doing chains, don't overdo big. Okay. Now, because I'm mixing colors on a few of them, I'm going to close this off, and I'm just going to tuck in between where we have the 2 chain here, because the next row is going to cover this leftover thread. So I'm going into like the second one just to make sure that it's secure. Nothing's going to come apart. And then tuck in your bottom one the same way. So just come in the loops back here. Now this pattern had a different flower, and I wanted to create my own. So I can have my own pattern and similar to what she did. Okay, so we have 8 groups. I'm coming in with the royal blue. So I've done the slip stitch knot. I'm going to come in where we have the 2 chain space with a single and try to hide my thread at the same time. Single, 1 chain. Inside of this 2 chain space, I'm going to create 4 double crochets. That's not counting the single and the 1 chain. Okay, so I have 3 double crochets, and this is my 4th one. And now 1 chain and back in with a single. Into the next space again, repeat single, 1 chain, and create your 4 double crochets. 2, 3, and 4. 1 chain and come back in the same space. Close it with the singles. We're creating these little paddles again into the next space where we have the 2 chain, single, 1 chain, and 4 double crochets. So we have 2, 3, and 4. 1 chain, back in the same space, and a single. So we have 3 paddles. We're going to do 8 paddles. Coming to the end, we're going to close it in. I'll meet you at the end. I've done my 8 paddles. I've done my 1 chain and the single, and I'm going to come in the first one and close it off with a slip stitch. Now, I want to get this thread into the back. So I'm just going to come from behind here where we have the space between the paddles, and I'm going to grab my thread and bring it to the back. Okay, we're going to do a 4 chain now. 1, 2, 3, 4. In between the paddles here. So I'm just going to go from the back where we have the single and that 1 chain into the other one and do a single. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, I'm going to come from the back here. As you can see, we have the single and the 1 chain, and right into the next one where we have the single and 1 chain. Try that again. I think I grabbed the wrong one. From the back to the front into the next one. Whoops, my hands are slippery. Try that again, right? Good heavens, what is, oh, you know what it is? I have the camera right in my face, so very hard to see where I'm going. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, come in from the back to the front into the next one. Come in and do a single and do your 4 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to do these 8 chains. Can't see what I'm doing here because of the camera. Okay, so basically you're coming from the back to the front right here. Another one here. From here and then into the next one, and then close it with, pull your thread and close it with a single. So you're going to have these loops 8 times in the back. Okay, now I've done my last 4 chain, or actually I overdid it. So you do your last 4 chain, which is the 8th one. You do your single, and then I'm going to come right into that first space there with a single 1 chain. I'm going to do now 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 double crochets. 1 chain, come back in and do your single. So I have again another paddle. So we're creating another row of paddles. Go into the next loop, single, 1 chain. Create your 5 double crochets. Again, and we're going to do this 8 times. So we have 3, 4, and 5. 1 chain, come back in, and single. Come into the next loop, single, 1 chain, 5 double crochets, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1 chain, come back in, single. We're going to create 8 times the same thing all the way around. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I've done my 1 chain and the single. Now I'm just going to pull the thread a bit. I'm going to come where I have right here the single, right in between the paddles, and pull it again to the back. We're going to create a chain 5 now. We need 1 more row of paddles, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 chain. Again, I'm coming from the back in the first last single here of the paddle and into the next one and do a single. We need to have that left behind so our paddles can fall into place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, come in the front to the back, pull your thread, do a single, and chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And again, the same thing. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, the same thing. So complete your 8 loops again. I'll meet you at the end. So I've done my last 5 chains. I'm going to come where I have the first chain here on the other loop with this slip stitch, and then single, 1 chain. Now this time we're going to do 6 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1 chain, come back in, single into the next loop, single, 1 chain, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1 chain and a single. So we're creating our 3rd row of paddles, and then I'll meet you at the end because we still need to do chains again for the final row. Okay, so I finished doing the 1 chain and the single. Again, I'm going to come where I have the single here in between the paddles, and I'm going to pull my thread to the back, and I'm going to do a 5 chain again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to do exactly the same thing, grabbing the singles here between the paddles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, with a single, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Pretty much your flower is done. Now if you wanted to go bigger, all you had to do is just keep repeating the same way and create your paddles. So I'm going to continue to do these 8 loops in the back, and then I'm going to come my thread. We're pretty much done with the flower, and we're going to add the pearl. So I pretty much finished it, and I just closed in with a slip stitch on my first loop that we did, the first chain of 5, cut my thread, and I'm just going to pull my thread through the chain back here, of course my hook is smaller so it pulls all the threads at the same time here and there, right? Okay, so pretty much done with that. Our flower is pretty much done. Now another thing that you can do is, I'm sure that you've probably seen in some of my flowers, you can add green, your last row as petals, and create like 7 or 8 double crochets, the same way as we've been doing the petals, but create them in green and you have some leaves, right? It'll give you that effect of leaves. Okay, so now on to the pearl. Okay, so I've cut in a piece of thread the same color as my centerpiece. If it was blue, then I would have cut in a piece of thread of blue. So I've put my pearl through it, and I'm just going to come back here and pull one of the strings on one side. Make sure you have it well lined up. And then come again on this side and pull the string on this side to the back. Very simple, nothing to it. Make sure that your pearl is perfectly on the center. You're going to do like 2-3 knots like that. If you see it's centered, then you're okay to continue your knots. And I'm going to do one more and we're good to go. And then just cut the excess of the thread out like that. Now if you want to be even more secure, if you have hot gun glue, you can put a dip of glue there and that's not going to go anywhere. So this is what it looks like. And we're pretty much done with these flowers. I'm just going to continue to create my 14 and then I will do the centerpiece to add these flowers on there. Thank you so much, everybody. And please don't forget to give a thumbs up on the video. Until next time. Bye-bye, everyone. You might want to know the measurement because this is the 4-ply, so 9 centimeters. Okay. And these are 8 millimeters pearl studs, whatever you want to call them. Beads. I guess there's so many names for it. Okay, until next time, everyone. All right, take care.